Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Code with Italians. Today we have a returning guest, which we're very happy about. Hey, Doris, welcome back.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, for those people that might have missed the previous streams, do you want to introduce yourself just briefly?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, my name is Doris Liu. I am a software engineer working on Jetpack Compose. I've been working on Jetpack Compose since 2018, definitely way before it was shipped. And my primary focus is, or was, animation. And in the past 3 years, I've expanded my focus to also layout because we needed to do layout animation. And recently, also in the past 3 years, we built this look-ahead system in the layout to support the most exciting feature in animation, which is shared element transition. And we landed shared element transition earlier this year as an experimental API. So try it out. It's very cool. And you'll see a lot of shared element transitions in this podcast. And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Scratch that.
Just kidding.
I'm joking. So I guess, as is the tradition, before we get going with animations, which are obviously one of my favorite topics,
Work.
then Ivan, do you want to do the Ivan thing?
Yes, very quickly. Thank you, everybody, for the support. If you want to support us for free and you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can connect your Twitch account and your Amazon account, and you will see in the app and on the website like a new toggle that says subscribe for free. With Prime, you get to support us for a few dollars or $1 or something.
Well,
We
they,
buy-
they don't pay anything.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the point.
it's free for you, and we get like $1. So
It's
we
like
can
almost 10 stickers.
yes, we are printing things
It's
lately.
more like 5 stickers.
We have these new stickers. They're super fancy, and they are available at conferences. Lately, we are giving away on at conferences, but we are also shipping to the people that pre-order them in October. So if you want to check out our merch store, check the links below. If you're watching this on YouTube, we will drop a link in the chat. And if you want to become a subscriber, we usually do this on Coffee, so you can pick the tier that you want. There are a few fancier ones, and if you pick the higher one, we also send you gifts every year.
We don't really do that. We're very bad at that.
Well, but actually,
that's the intention.
I'm planning. No. I'm planning it to do it for Christmas because we have new stuff on the store.
So this is the perfect time to start that.
Yeah. If you just give it a shot, either you support us on the merch, whatever you want. And thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Let's animate all the things.
Okay, so Doris, I think when we last talked, it was around the Compose 1.6 launch, maybe? Is that realistic? But I mean, you've already mentioned there's a lot of new stuff in even just in Compose 1.7, and I guess also upcoming in 1.8. But I don't really know what's going on in there. I haven't looked into it yet. So tell us.
Let's see. The biggest thing off the top of my head is shared element. And as I just mentioned, there's also the look-ahead system. And since that's a very unique system, we're exploring opportunities to leverage it and then build animation functionalities that we never had before. And recently we had this new modifier called animate bounds, which is similar to animate content size, but better, more impressive. So that's definitely something to check out. Aside from that, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that is new.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but maybe
there's a
something will
lot
come
there.
back.
Just those things you've mentioned is a lot of surface to cover already. So it's not
Yeah.
like don't downplay it like you haven't been really working on this stuff and it's like, oh yeah,
That's not what I was saying at all.
we just shipped shared element transitions, but it was like a weekend. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
It's just a
that's not
couple
what
of
I was saying at all.
APIs. Yeah, don't sweat it. I mean, if you want to try it, why? If you don't want to try it, it's okay. You know, no. This stuff is crazy. No, let's go.
Yeah.
So
and
what are we
actually
seeing,
let me show
Sebastian?
the
Are you
screen. So obviously, yeah, screen. There you go. Okay, so on the developer.android.com, there is a whole page about shared element transitions, which I've linked in the chat, so you can find it there. And I mean, just looking at this is so nice, but I think it's even better these days if we run it for real. Like it looks, it's a bit bouncier, it's a bit nicer. There's a lot of orchestration happening as this comes in and goes out, which wasn't in that GIF. So I think what we should do is let's try and see how this works, and maybe we can go through the various parts of maybe this transition from the home screen to the detail screen. I am not super familiar with the code of this app, but I think Doris, you probably know a bit about it, maybe a lot
Which
about
app is that? Which app is that?
This is
Sebastian?
the Jetsnack sample.
So it's on GitHub.
Yes. Actually, let me put the link just in case.
So people can play.
Yes, I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while since I looked at the code, but I roughly remember where things are.
Okay, almost done. And yep. Okay, that should be correct. Okay, so I guess we're probably going in the home.
You want to search for shared element,
Ooh.
the modifier.
Yes, that's a good
or
point.
shared bounds. The two important things, or the two important APIs.
Share bounds. So this is the detail.
Yeah, going from the snacks to detail. And that's where you see the card bloom into the entire screen. That's the share bound.
So it starts on the snacks file, Sebastian, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a two-piece puzzle, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if I can find it.
You can use the. It was there. It wasn't there in the find that you were running. It was there. It was
this one
exactly there. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice, the preview.
You're not used to previews anymore.
No, I've been doing too little Android lately. I get excited with this stuff. Because, we don't have it on
Come on, it's
desktop.
not like you're not doing Compose these days.
No, I'm doing Compose, but I do Compose desktop in IntelliJ, so I don't have this fancy stuff.
Yeah. No nice things over there.
Well, come on, that's not fair, but okay. But it's a hard job, so yeah, it's getting there.
There you go. So it should be easier for people to see. Actually, let's go 150. Bam! Super big.
People that are watching this on a phone
or on the TV.
Fair enough. Okay, so what do we have? We are in the snacks file.
Collection.
I assume is the carousel, right?
So I don't know. Snack collection.
Or it's the whole page. It's a column or row. What do we have?
It's a column that contains a row. I think it's one of those one of these carousels, most likely.
Okay.
Because there's the
So-
arrow back, which is probably this one.
This one. Okay. Reverse engineering a layout.
Yeah.
Snacks. Okay. Snacks. 133.
It's a lazy row.
It's a lazy row. Okay, it is the carousel or ish. And you got
Yay.
the idea. It's
Yeah.
a lazy row. Fair enough. Okay, so where were you using the modifier on the single element?
On the element, I think. Yeah.
Is it on the single element?
There you go.
Okay, shared bound. Okay, so every element is using this shared bound modifier.
So I think possibly before we start looking at how this is set up, Doris, could you explain briefly the fundamental high level parts of a shared transition? Because I know that the modifier is one of them, but it's probably there's more to it, right?
Yeah. If you can head over to the web page that you were sharing before. There's some nice visuals. I can probably just walk through this and make it easier to understand. If you scroll down, there should be some high-level APIs. Yeah, so this is on the very high level, we have this concept of shared transition layout. And that's the layout that you wrap around all of your shared elements, from the incoming content, outgoing content. This shared transition layout, think of that as the root of all of the shared elements. You typically put that in the navigation case. You would put that at pretty much at the root view, and what that means is it's going to be around the nav host. But a more advanced use case is to have the shared transition layout in a much smaller scope, wherever you need to change the incoming content, outgoing content. And then in that smaller scope, say a text field, there's a button that needs to fly from one side to another, or a fancy text field. But that's an advanced use case. So coming back to the overview, so we have the shared transition layout. Within the shared transition layout, you get this shared transition scope receiver, and the shared transition scope gives us quite a few interesting APIs. There's shared element. Yeah, there's shared element API. There's also shared bounds. You might wonder what's the difference between these two, since the names sound a little similar. Shared element is the traditional shared element, what we're already familiar with from the view world, where the content is sharing the exact same asset, a thumbnail blowing into a banner or coming back to the thumbnail, that sort of thing. So shared element means on two call sites, you only render one. So you don't really have the content swap. You don't have a gradual content swap. The swap is right away. This is assuming that you're using the exact same asset, which is sometimes the case. But for use cases where you do want some sort of crossfade or inter-exit transition on the two shared elements that's sharing a bound, then this shared bounds is what you use. It might sound a little abstract, but if we go back to the Jetsnack example, the shared bounds is on the card, on each individual card. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, on this image.
Just like at this level, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But actually on the
yes.
image only, not the card, the whole card.
It should be on. Oh, if it's on the image, then that's probably to work around a resolution, swapping image, going from low resolution to high resolution, and doing a crossfade in the process. But if you go up a level, there's probably another shared bounds usage in this file.
So the snack item is
on the snack item.
So
if you go to the color to the snack item, because it takes modifier, so the color of the snack item.
It's actually not.
No? Okay. That's strange.
Yeah. It's only on the image, but I think if you because it looks like it's doing more than that, right?
Yeah.
Search for usages as before.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that because
people-
Oh,
every
yeah,
single
Yeah,
element?
it's also.
text is using is a shared bounds as well.
Mm-hmm. But maybe I'm thinking that maybe we're looking at the wrong one.
Jetsnack card, yes. Go up a little, yeah. Jetsnack card. You see on line 294.
294. Oh yeah.
99.
Okay. Oh,
There's
this is
another
the card. Okay. Because the
Yes.
other one we were just looking maybe at this stuff.
Oh yeah, because there is an
Yeah.
image, there is a text.
Because
Maybe that's the
in
one.
this
Yeah.
this transition only the text and the image move, so that makes sense. Okay.
So we apply it to the card as a
Yes.
whole.
So the card would, in a more simplified case, the card would crossfade while growing towards the entire screen because it's transitioning. It's a shared bound counterpart in the incoming content is the entire screen. That's why when
Okay.
you click on the card, it blows up into the entire screen.
Okay. So do you want to make it very slow
Yeah. Just so it's a
Yeah,
bit
but
easier to see.
to see? 5 seconds is very slow, Sebastian. It's gonna take a moment.
Never slow enough.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I could also
Go.
change the system animation scale, I think. But...
No.
Oh,
Okay.
it did something. Okay, no, that doesn't.
No, that's not what you want.
Yeah, there are a few things that we're working around here.
Can you?
One of them being not having the rounded corner support, and that's something that I'm looking at right now. But we can get to what I'm working on later.
Yep.
Can you do just the duration without the twin?
No,
Actually,
you need the twin to set the duration.
Okay.
If you want to change the duration, maybe change the snack details bounds transform. So on line 308.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, because it's
just change this to a twin maybe.
Yeah. And just leave the defaults there. I never remember how to rerun. Oh, Shift F10. Okay, fine. Okay, so this. Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
this is what shared bounds does. It looks at, it's a shared bound equivalent in the new scene and figure out what the new bounds is and transform itself into the new bounds.
Okay. So how do you connect the next one with the card? Where do we? Oh, that's very cool. Actually, very smooth.
Yeah.
Yes. There are a couple of things that they look weird when they go bigger, but when they come back, they look nice. Yeah, no, it's just because you have the text. Yeah, you have the text that just appears, but here it disappears and then it shrinks, so it looks nicer. That makes sense. Okay, it's just my monkey brain. Okay.
The text is supposed to fade in, so maybe the fade is too fast.
It is probably.
Now we can change the fade maybe.
Let's do a PR. Hey,
okay.
I mean, why not?
No. I mean, everything that you can break, you can also open.
I'm very good at breaking stuff.
But okay, so what do we have here? We have a shared bounds modifier. What do I pass? So shared content state. Remember shared content state. What? Okay. What is that?
This is basically a fancy key.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having you pass a key, we have you pass a...
I love it. It's just a fancy key. Does wet it even.
Just a fancy key.
Okay.
Here we're only using the key parameter to remember shared content state.
Okay. And the type bounds,
Oh, and the
because we are
key,
using.
by the way, the key can be any type. You can just, this can just be, a string called
Oh, okay.
snack.
Fair enough. Okay.
And
so the snack
the reason
shared element key.
the reason you're using this as a key is that you are passing the information.
Yes.
On the other side.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it something provided by Compose? Is it just a data class that you created in the project?
It's a data class that you create.
Oh,
Compose only cares about the matching
key.
of the instances.
Nice, smooth. And this thing is bundled, so you are passing on the other side. How do but I don't want to know. Anyway, probably it's just serialized in some way and passed on the other side. Whatever. Okay, so you have a.
You would find the same on the other end, right? You would also find a share bounds that has the snack shared element key.
Yep, you compare the keys, and if they're the same, then they're considered a match.
Okay. So it's the start and the end. They are basically the keys. They look the same, and Compose knows that this is A, this is B, this is where I'm going, basically.
Yes.
Okay. And then
and I see that there are different types in the sense that this you're matching every single bit between the two screens. Is that how it works?
No, the snack shared element key. Well, if you look at the snack shared element key definition, let's see whether there's any whether they override the dot equals. No, they don't. Yeah, so in that case, so we're comparing these three separate properties. What the shared element API does is, the implementation does is, it does a dot equal check between the two keys. So in the case of data class with the different types and with different properties, we would be checking them individually.
Okay. And they're using the enum class because they have 5 elements that they are probably matching back and forth, and they want to pair them.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess.
Yes. So there's within the same card, you could have, so for example, here there's the cupcake, there's a tagline, right? That's all strings. It's all, or rather all texts, but they're all shared element. So everything else, the origin would be the same, the snack ID would be the same, but the type would be different. And that's how we create different shared element keys.
Okay, this is fair. Okay, easy. And then animated visibility scope.
Yes. So that brings me back to the to the high level overview of the API. The shared transition scope and animated visibility scope are the two scopes that are required to create a shared element or shared bounds. And the reason why we use shared or rather animated visibility scope is, one, we want to make sure that for the outgoing content, once you finish animating, the outgoing content is removed from composition. And the other reason is we also want to tag on additional inter-exit animations. Like in this shared bounds example, we're tagging on additional fade out or slide out or other type of animate. In this particular case, we're doing the fade out, and the shared element bounds transform is also added to the transition in the animated visibility scope. This ensures that the content doesn't get removed until all of the animations have finished. You definitely don't want your shared element to disappear before it finishes transforming. And the added benefit is that because of all of the animations end up being added to the animated visibility scope, you can seek all of these animations because they're all in one overall transition. You can seek it with gestures. So the unfortunate part is that it is a bit more verbose than we would ideally like, but the benefit makes it worthwhile.
I mean, I see these parameters like clipping, overlay, during transition.
Yes. So the overlay clip, overlay is a good thing to get into.
Yes.
Yeah, so shared elements render in an overlay, and that's sort of a hard decision for us to make. We tried different things, but the most important thing is we want the shared element to render on top of other things. So in the case of having a lazy row, you're animating one item. You definitely don't want that item to animate underneath other items, right? So you want it to be always on top of other siblings, on top of even the parent layout siblings. So how do we achieve this? There are two ways. One, we put it in the overlay. The other way is we set the highest index for the active shared element, as well as its parent, as well as its parent. So all of the parents along the way until the root need to have the highest index among their siblings, so that this item is rendering on top of everything else.
Sounds complicated.
And that is, yeah, that is, I think it is a lot to ask for developers to do. We definitely don't want to magically override developers' intention and change the index along the way. So we end up deciding to have shared element rendering in the overlay. Now, the overlay is really a double-edged sword, because once you're in the overlay, the good thing is you escape the clipping from the parent, but it's also a bad thing, because, well, the good thing, the reason why it's a good thing is because you're most likely transforming from one parent into another. So you don't want to be bound by one parent. You don't want to be clipped as you're leaving the other parent. But it's a bad thing because you lose all of the clipping information, like this sort of rounded corner clipping. And also, as you're growing, you need to have that, this sort of rounded corner continuously applied to the overlay. So we have this overlay clip support to support that sort of use case.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's also a few other APIs if you go back to the web page for overlay related APIs. So this is the shared element we have covered, and shared bounds. Yeah, we covered that as well. Yeah, in the clipping in the overlay. Yeah, this is what you were asking just now.
I see. So yeah, because for example, in this case, we have the card that has like a large rounded corner, but as we transition, we want to animate that. I thought I changed. I didn't. I actually did not undo this. But yeah, you want to gradually go from this corner radius to the full bleed, where there is no corner radius here anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed that the background is animated.
Yeah, it's moving. Yeah. How? Show me. Is it like a?
I need to know now.
No, because it's gonna be like some Roman GUI shader kind of shit.
No,
or
it's just a gradient with an
gradient.
animated offset, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You are downplaying it. Show me. Draw behind.
There you go.
Brush linear gradient. Okay.
That's it.
But how do you change the values to keep it moving constantly? How does it work?
With an
We're
animation.
just past the animation. Yeah.
Yeah. This.
Infinite animation.
Okay, so you just turn it on and the thing goes forever. Fanciness.
Yeah. The important thing is you need to put linear easing and repeat mode, either reverse or loop, depending on your gradient and there is a gigantic duration there. Yeah, obviously. I mean,
okay,
you can make it very fast if you want.
Yeah, that might be distracting.
Okay. Probably you need to restart. Okay. But this thing, you need to, we need a collection of this kind of stuff. You remember the website that Roman was using where all the shaders were?
Oh yeah, the filament, or was it like shader toy?
Shader.
Look at
that.
Bam.
Boom. It's the 80s again, baby.
Sorry, Rebecca.
So I mean, now I'm opening a VR, and I just want to, get the rejection.
So the aneurysm mode
won't merge. So there is it feels like one of those PlayStation disclaimer for the the when you start the game, that kind of stuff. This is not for everybody. But this is cool. I mean, we need like a gallery of this kind of animation, because I will never be able to think. I don't know how to do this stuff, right? So as a savage, my go-to is Sebastiano, right? So the first step is, how would you do this? And he's gonna give me a solution pretty much every time. But for people that don't have access to Sebastiano, having like a gallery with this stuff, don't start. You will I mean, I'm giving. You know what? I'm paying you $100 if the machine can do the animation like that. I mean, $100 live. I mean, I don't care. Ask the machine, and if it's doing the same animation, like I'm paying you. But jokes aside, it would be nice, and it would be like a nice, probably community project to have like a collection, a gallery of this animation that you can just throw in there. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Sorry, because I get carried away because I don't know how to do this kind of stuff.
Maybe someone that is spending a lot of time doing web development could set that up.
Yes. Point taken. Anyway.
Sorry,
yeah,
not
okay.
sorry.
No. That's fair. I get the trolling. I get the trolling. Okay, sorry for interrupting you. Where were we?
I think we were having a stroke by looking at that animation, and before that,
okay.
We were talking about the overlays and
yes,
the
the overlay.
clipping.
Oh, there's another interesting thing about the overlay. If you go back to the demo.
You mean the running app?
Yeah, the running app.
Yep.
And yeah, do the shared element. Run the shared element transition. If you look down at the bottom bar.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's animating in.
Notice it's coming up. So one of the challenges with having shared element rendered in overlay, as well as the challenge that we had before in the view world, is that when things are rendered in overlay, it is over on top of everything else, like literally everything, including the bottom bar. Yeah, we recognize that in Compose implementation, and decided to help support use cases where you want other things to render on top of shared element, but that's sort of an opt-in behavior. So this bottom bar, for example, you would want that to be on top of shared element because spatially it is on top. You can use the API called shared render in shared transition scope overlay. Yeah, on that line, yes, and give it a Z index in overlay so that it will respect that the Z index, and especially the row.
I see. So this is just saying, even though this is technically not in the shared element transition, I still need that to be kind of in the shared element transition because otherwise it looks weird.
Yes. Otherwise, if you remove that line and run it again, you'll see that it's underneath shared element.
I mean, it lagged a bit.
We have a question in the chat about Z index that is giving me PTSD from web development, of course. So Stylianos asks, what Z index are all the shared elements by default?
That's a great question.
0.1F still render above the things that are in fact moving?
That is a great question. Let me look at the source code real quick.
And that's
So,
what we do.
I guess, like, intuitively, I would imagine that in the overlay, everything is at, like, you have a separate Z stack. So you would have everything
Yes.
being at 0 as the default. And then setting it to 4 here means it's on top of all those things.
Yes. Or maybe there are other things that's already overriding the z-index. Because for the shared element and shared bounds API, there's also a z-index.
Oh yeah, there is also another one here. Like there's also
So
this one is also using it. Let's see
So
what
you-
else is using that. Oh, only the details. Okay.
Yes. The default default z-index is indeed 0.
okay, so you can set it like CSS pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Nice. And default is 0. Okay.
Yeah, the interesting thing is the rendering order when you're not doing animation is not necessarily the same as what you would want when you are doing animation.
Mhm.
Like, for example, you may have a card. There's a title, there's the image, there's something else. The rendering order would be the title first, then the image, then something else, as you go down in the card. But when you do shared element, if they need to cross between each other, then the title, sometimes you want the title that is supposedly rendered first to be over the image because there's some sort of significance in the title. So to accommodate this sort of use case, we allow you to specify during the animation what do you want the relative z-index to be. So this z-indexing overlay is more important for relatively speaking, how is this measured up to your other shared elements that's rendering in the overlay.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you have animate,
Yeah, and
enter,
then-
exit.
Yes. So that's the animate, enter, and exit. The reason why we can use this is because we have the animated visibility scope, as I was mentioning. Yeah, you can you can put this in the overlay and then add the animate, enter, exit so that it pops up like that.
And
This creates a very intentional animation.
You're putting them in composition locals.
Yeah, this is in this example. We did put in the composition local.
It's just because you don't have to pass them down every single time.
Yes. There's a bit of prop drilling. If I use the React JS's terminology, with the animated visibility scope and shared transition scope. Going forward, we're thinking someday if we enable look ahead for the entire application, we could have a root shared transition scope. The shared transition scope here provides one, the overlay, two, the coordinate space that elements are moving in. So in the case of navigation, you most likely want that scope to be encompassing the entire screen. But as I mentioned, there could be other use cases where you really only want a local shared element. So a local shared element example, you might have 3 items in a row, but sometimes you want to display them in a column. So you can just have that row versus column be the incoming, outgoing content.
So you would have the layout and then an if else with either row or column in there.
You would have animated content for the row and the column.
Right.
So then they go between.
But animated content also provides shared transition or just animated visibility?
Animated content provides animated visibility scope.
Okay. And you will wrap the animated content with the shared transition layout.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so in that way, the shared transition overlay is really just the row or column size. And if this row or column is in a scrollable container, as you scroll, the overlay gets moved up and down.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because otherwise, if it's the whole screen, but then the stuff that moves is in a scrollable container, then it would. I don't. Okay. I see from your face that is not a question I want to ask.
No. I'm very glad that you asked the question, because we recently had this API called the with. Oh my gosh, this is a really awkward name. With motion frame of reference placement.
Oh, fancy.
This is not for the faint of heart. It's an API that we use to tag scrolling offset, so that we can skip that scrolling offset in the animation and apply that directly. So we haven't adopted this API. Well, we haven't migrated to this new support for all of our animation APIs yet. So far, only Anime Bounds uses it. We have plans to move to also support that in shared element. But yeah, the overall idea is that we apply the scrolling directly instead of right now. Yeah, right now, if you're doing a shared element and you're scrolling the list, you might see a chase. It's a chase animation.
Even if you have the small scope that is only inside of the list, that doesn't encompass the list.
No. In that case, if you had the smaller overlay, smaller scope, then that will move immediately.
Okay, because that scope is the one that moves, and so the stuff inside moves just with it.
It's the shared transition layout that gets moved.
Yeah.
And then the overlay is sort of a
oh man, that you can have some really trippy effect there.
Yeah.
It's just create an infinitely going transition, just to see things that lag behind in the scroll. Oh no, you don't want to do that. That's evil.
Well, I mean, maybe it's on purpose. Maybe there is a design requirement. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Maybe there is a design requirement to confuse the hell out of users.
Yeah, sure. I mean, motion sickness and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So what else do we have in the app? So I see click a thing and goes full screen. Do we have other examples?
You mean in terms of transitions?
Yeah. Okay. This is cool. Oh, nice. So how do we do this? How do we do the dialogue thingy?
That is a good question.
Search the clickable stuff. How would you call the clickable thingy?
Well, I guess that's like filter
screen.
Filter screen. Is that the filter screen?
No,
Preview. Yes.
Look at that! Boom! Nailed it, Sebastiano. Wow, that was impressive. That was
I am impressive.
It was wow. Also humble, but also
humble, especially humble.
Especially humble, but I gave you the guess was like on spot. Okay.
Okay, so
share transition layout.
So this is the feed.
This is
a box that contains the snack collection list, which is I guess,
probably
everything.
Yeah, everything.
The destination bar, which I guess is this.
There.
And then you have the animated visibility for the filter screen.
Okay. And there is animated visibility.
But that looks like it's actually moving. So...
Yeah, but you have animated visibility scope and shared transition scope. So...
Yeah, because these come from here.
Yes, and how is using it? So where is the click?
The click is somewhere in here, because there is like...
filters.
On filters selected, I guess. Is that... Yeah.
No, I think on filter selected it's
filter
like
bar,
organic or good.
On show filters, yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's that.
So where is the...
On show filters, there you go.
Icon button, okay. On show filters, perfect. Okay, so...
And there's a shared bounds.
Okay, so the icon button has a shared bound.
Which is taking...
some key.
I'll ask you what this means later.
Yes. That would be a great question. So we have two different types of resize modes. As I mentioned, shared bounds is for the content to transform from one bounds to its current bounds to the target bounds.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes when we change destination effectively, when we change target. Now there's the question of, okay, you were, say, rectangle now, or you were square, now you become sort of elongated rectangle. What do we do with the content that's inside? Do we scale the content, or do we resize the content every frame to fit?
Scale, you mean bitmap resizing?
Well, we're actually using layer resizing.
Okay,
but
yeah. Well, I mean, a layer
yeah,
is still a bitmap. Come on.
Yeah, graphics layer scaling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the scaling is obviously much cheaper because you're not really changing the layout for that subtree. But then there's also sometimes more desirable to do the remeasure. Yeah, the default is scaling. So
Yeah, there is
I
also a
think you can
question
see
in the
it
chat.
better on the way back, where it just actually does scale.
yes, scales down.
There is also a question in the chat. Silianos is asking, the filtering icon also looks to smoothly shrink so that the chips on the right side don't jump into their new location when it's gone. How does it do that?
This.
Yeah.
That might just be the animated visibility.
Yeah. That's probably animated visibility's work.
Probably simpler than
Where
expected.
Was it filter bar? No, we were in the right place. Yeah. It's just like, I guess when it's not there, the exit is shrink. So I think that does it.
Okay. So basically when you click on the button, the button disappears, right? Is that the
Yeah. So because whenever you click it, it does on show filters, and that will end up.
Yeah, it goes around
whatever it
and
was.
and does the not visible filter icon, whatever, something.
Yeah. And
okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
You could also try changing that animated visibility's exit to just fade and observe.
Let's see.
Yeah, it jumps now. Blop.
It jumps because it just disappears, so it doesn't scale.
It doesn't shrink on its way out.
It doesn't shrink, so at some point it just is not there anymore. The space is not there anymore, and boom, everything jumps.
Yep.
This is the kind of details that you see, okay, we can make it better if we do the shrink. Yeah, this is such a level of
and if you do the same for enter, where you take out the expand, then now it would just you see it jumps on both.
Yeah.
Appearing and disappearing.
Boing. Boing. Yeah.
That's why we have the reasonable default.
You gotta love a reasonable default.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? So you make it easier for people that don't immediately have the sensibility to think about this kind of stuff. So you get a nice thing out of the box for free, and this is invaluable. Because I'm one of those people. So if you ask me what would you want to do, scale, shrink, whatever, fade, I'm like crossfade. I look like a deer, in the front of a car. I appreciate sensible defaults.
And I guess
clip.
There's a question about what if you accidentally have the visible for both the animated visibility scopes for the incoming content and outgoing content to be the same. So if they're both visible by accident, yeah, I think that would then we would have an error case in the matching, because we expect one.
There you go. You broke it.
We expect one set of content to become visible and use that visible sort of as as a signal for which one should be the target.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that you will notice. So
something only looks is off. Marginally broken.
Yeah, like I'm no animation expert, but something is off.
It's like, yeah, this big dialogue is just like that tiny bit in the corner up there where the button used to be.
So from a shared elements perspective, it's very important to know which shared element is incoming, which shared element is outgoing, because the incoming ones, is the hero. It sets the stage or it sets the target for the bounds, for visibility and such. So if both shared elements claim to be incoming, then we have an error. We don't know which one should be used to define the target bounds.
But it didn't crash, so it kind of looked wrong. But no, I'm serious, because it's something that like, it's more like we kind of make it happen somehow, but it's broken. But it's not like the whole machinery just panics and blows up. So you see it wrong on the screen, and you're like, something is off here, instead of just blowing up and say, okay, now let's look at logs. So at some level, I appreciate the fact that it looks broken, so at least I know where to look, right? Sebastiano, this is not a real app. Do you understand this? You're clicking around and stuff. It's not ordinary.
Hey,
it's not.
The state is still there.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't judge.
No, I'm kidding. So
I am aware that if I put things in the cart and click buy, they don't arrive to my home.
Fair enough. Stupid question. The bottom navigation, is it like a custom bottom navigation, or is it like a standard bottom navigation?
It's probably a custom one.
Out of curiosity.
Seb, can you click on the different icons on the bottom bar? Because I remember it has a pretty cool.
It's a very nice animation, but I think it's very custom.
It's custom.
Yeah. No, because
there's expressive springs everywhere.
Fair enough. No, because every now and then I ended up with, should we make it? I mean, it's a panel. I can throw some shadow at it, and now we do like some fancy animation on the side instead of using the basic one. And I always find myself wondering, what's the return of investment of trying to make it custom instead of just keep it simple, throw a couple of icons there, nobody's gonna care. But then again, if you put some effort in it, it looks nice, and you instantly see that it's crafted and it's not just the basic one. So I'm always challenged. There is a lot of the fight in me, like maybe I should look at more practical and pragmatic stuff, build a screen instead of focusing on the bottom nav. But at the same time, like, this looks cool. But then again, you have weird behaviors. Sebastian is clicking around always on the same spot, and the thing is moving. Is it, also the are you clicking around, or are you clicking with the mouse, Sebastian?
I'm tapping.
Okay. So you see, it was misleading.
Sorry, but again, moved the mouse. I think it's very good. It's the only annoying thing is that the switching to home lags quite a lot, so I'm missing the entire animation. It just snaps there.
Yeah, I was just looking. So you're showing the animation over here is really inefficient. The animation progress is a
Let's
float.
fix
Let's
it.
fix it.
Pull request. Pull request. So how would you fix it? I mean,
I would have the
Rebecca's
animation
gonna
progress
love
be a
us.
lambda.
They're gonna love us.
I would have the animation progress parameter in the Jetsnack bottom nav item layout be a lambda.
Why is that hoisted? Like, what does this do?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's any specific reason why.
So how would you change it? You take
so
it
I
from
would-
there.
Yeah, I suppose you could have the animation.
Right.
Well, if you don't hoist it, you have to pass the selected information
Yeah,
down.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, and then blump. Okay. So keeping this in here means that we don't recompose the entire function every time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is there another way that we could do it by like wrapping like having a value producer? But no, probably not.
Yeah. We could just have a lambda animation progress. I see that in the chat already.
Oh,
Animation
yeah.
progress on float. Okay.
So
And also the scale here is also read in composition, so we need to change that as well.
haha.
Actually, that's the most important thing. We can just delay the read until the graphics layer.
So
Oh, what was it?
I am using macOS shortcuts is what's happening.
Yes, but you are not on macOS. That's the detail.
That is a
Fundamental
problem.
detail.
Yes.
That's the fundamental detail.
So this is
Okay.
one thing.
Yep.
So essentially keep your reads inside of the graphics layer so it only recomposes when it needs to, right?
Fair enough.
Actually, it doesn't recompose because this is just a scale on the graphics layer. So it actually doesn't recompose.
It only just redraws.
Yes. And I guess the animation progress, I mean, we can bring it back here if we want. But
So
then we
let's
need
do
the lambda.
Yeah, let's do the lambda thing.
Okay. So let's...
I'm curious.
Undo this stuff. Okay. So instead of animation progress like this, you would have
this.
Yep.
And then this would be
this.
Like that.
Okay.
And this needs to be like that and like that.
Okay.
And
because now
like
it's
that.
a function. Because now it's a
Yes.
function. Okay.
Oh, so how is the place text and icon consuming it?
Let's see.
I guess this is at least consuming it in the layout.
Sticking the placeables and
Can you?
it's just setting, like using the animation progress to set the width of the text, right?
So at least this is in the layout or measure and layout stage.
So it wouldn't recompose. It would just
yeah, it wouldn't be recomposing.
Yeah. But I mean, we can also.
So they are suggesting take also the lambda for place text section.
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
I don't think that you would save much here because the text width uses, which happens during the measurement, needed animation progress. So
I mean, we're
not really delaying it.
This is actually it's not even in measuring. It's because you already have
No, this is in measure. You have the measurable, but you haven't measured it yet.
All right, because yeah, this usage is in measure and this one is in layout.
Yes. So this is fine.
Run it.
YOLO.
Run it and check if lags.
I think the lag is because it's loading the home screen is the thing that lags. But actually, let me do it with my fingers. I mean, it still works. It works fine. It is more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But it does sometimes skip frames, especially when you go to home, it just like snaps.
Because porque es demasiado contenido en la casa. La primera schermada. I don't know. Making up some Spanish because people in the chat hate me. Gracias,
no, they don't hate you. They love you very much and they always think of you.
Yeah, gracias a todos los amigos que hablan español. So what else? Do you think that the lag on the homepage is just because there is so much content there?
It's really strange because we're really only supposed to validate this. Oh, actually, no. You're right. There is a lot of content that needs to be loaded simultaneously.
Yeah, and sometimes you see weird stuff where...
Was it something going out? Or is just Skype?
No,
mess?
It looks like sometimes it doesnn't just fade in, but also resizes.
That was the thing that I saw.
Yeah.
Maybe you were misclicking stuff, but I mean...
I mean, sure.
No.
But it did, like, it's only happens every now and then. I don't know what's going on.
So
maybe the way that this switches between the pages is not a crossfade, but it's something else. And there might be cases where it's still loading the content. And so as it fades in, it finishes loading while it's fading in. And so it's also animating the bounds or something. I don't know. That's what I suppose.
They're saying in the chat, maybe if you navigate back too quickly, the animation is not done yet, so it never leaves composition completely.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
How do we fix it?
Oh, look at animated. Oh, that might be an animated content issue. Do you have... Is this using nav host?
No, just okay, Sebastiano. Let's do it properly. Commit what you have, so we can commit what you have, so we can open PR like normal, like good citizens, and then we try to fix this as well live on Twitch because that's what we do.
I want to say the animated content issue might already been fixed. Which version are you using? Which Compose version are you using, Seb?
That's a good question.
Nightly build. Go for it.
Let's see what the Tommel says.
There is a bomb. There is a bomb. There is a bomb. But there is also a new bomb.
Oh, it's an older bomb. Boom!
Way, update all the things. No, don't
no.
update them. No, don't think. Don't update.
If you think it's gonna take forever.
It's fine.
Come on. Only the brave, Sebastiano. Bravo. Only the brave. Okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. What else do we... That was fast. Let's go.
Oh, really? Go. Okay.
Turns out nothing changed in between the two bomb versions.
It was just labels.
Okay,
what's included in the...
Let's bring it again.
1100.
So to give you Bartsonic, the bomb is pretty much the same thing that you've bills of materials.
Yeah,
that's the acronym.
Materials. Yeah, it doesn't seem to break as much.
Pretty much instead of going library by library, you just import one thing and that's everything inside. So you don't have to keep track of, this version with that version. No, they take care of it. So you just pull in one dependency and they work nicely with each other. Did they fix it, Sebastian?
It's harder to break, but it still breaks. Like
I
I've
like
seen it break a couple of times.
I like it's harder to break.
It's worth checking which Compose version is included in this current BOM.
Let's see.
I had a fix for the.
There is also the alpha bomb,
Unsuccessful.
the alpha bomb, right?
175.
Oh, that's old. Yeah, that's.
Pick the new one, because there is also the beta bomb, or
Is there?
Yeah, can you use the beta BOM?
yeah, there is a there is newer. The alpha addirittura.
Let's go alpha, YOLO.
Let's go YOLO. I mean, but no, this
Well,
is already alpha.
I think
right?
alpha would be older than beta because we're now in beta stage.
Okay.
Wait,
That sounds weird, but sure.
But it's the same, right? How?
Oh, it has a beta added to the name.
Yep.
It's dash beta.
Yep.
Okay. Boom. Let's see. Look at that speed.
What that it's gigabit internet.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's weird.
It also
because
doesn't
it's
look
still-
like it changed anything. So let's
Yeah.
sync. Sync.
Check the bomb. I mean, there are. Are we using?
It's the right one. I'm
No,
fairly sure.
I mean on here.
Yeah.
So what? Which version of Compose is in that bomb? Can you check on the website? How do you know? Compose bomb. Let's see. Bill of materials. YOLO. Wait, alpha contains, okay, alpha contains latest alpha, beta, RC.
Oh, so I should be
okay.
using alpha.
Okay. Okay.
Throw the alpha in there.
Why not?
Yeah, no, the nightly build. We need nightly.
The straight out of
Yeah,
the
CI.
AndroidX.dev.
Yeah, I want the snapshot version. Why do I need to wait for midnight? Give me this
Oh,
snapshot.
it's importing something.
It's importing stuff, and now it's gonna be
It's downloading things. Oh, 1.8.
1.8. I saw 1.8 alpha, so it doesn't get more YOLO than this. Let's go. Let's go.
Fine.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
it's Alpha
production ready.
6. They fixed all the bugs
Ah,
by now.
come on. Alpha 6 is pretty much production ready.
Yeah, it's an RC. It's pretty much an RC.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask Roberto, Alpha 6 is deprecated or mine.
Yeah, he's already building from the main branch.
Yes, why bother? Snapshot. The real devs who's snapshots. Let's go.
Let's see. Has to build all the things now.
Yeah, because, well, something changed. It's still super fast. 21 seconds to build the whole thing, Sebastiano. Congratulations for your machine.
It's a fairly old machine at this point. It's just...
There was a Lamborghini back in the day. That's the thing.
I mean, I
Look
bought
at
this
that.
machine to build the IntelliJ monorepo, so you know.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Fair. Go. Faster.
Faster.
That-
there was
I'm like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Like, I saw it. How do you do it?
You mean break
Fast.
it?
Faster.
I'm trying to figure out which transition exactly is doing
I think
that.
the profile is involved for some reason. I don't know. That's my gut feeling.
No, because it happened from search the last time.
We are the best QA team
Or
on
the
Twitch.
worst.
On
I don't
Twitch
know.
right now. On Twitch right now. It's like we won the best QA team Twitch award. making friends in the Jetpack Compose team, trying to break the app live.
It's fine.
Well, it's actually good. I mean, it definitely feels more resilient than the old version, so that's good.
Yeah. So
What should you look when you see something like that? Do you have like a gut feeling or like a direction?
I
to-
think it's
definitely-
something in the nav host that is doing
Yeah,
that.
I'm guessing there's that size transform. Look at the nav host and see whether there is a way to disable the size transform for now. What does
transitions.
what parameter does it take?
There's fade in and fade out as
Size
default.
transform. So size transform
It's
by default is no. So what that means is it by default doesn't use size transform. In that case, it might not be a animated content size transform issue.
It is a nav host issue.
Well, now it uses animated content, so it doesn't.
So Stylianos has some experience apparently on that.
If you make sure to have a fill max size on all nav host destinations top level composables, then size clipping stops happening for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I also suspect it's the nav host content clipping, whatever. It's whatevering the whole thing.
It's clipping, whatevering, all the things. Okay.
But if I
But the fill max size, it might be the fill max size could be something, because I remember I had something and Stylianos on Android study group fixed it with a fill max size, and I was like, okay.
there are two fixes in Compose. One is fill max size, the other one is boxes.
Yeah, boxes. Tell me about it. Everything is a box. I mean, I feel like Inception sometimes. I'm like, yeah, just throw a box at it. Navigation.
It's not super reactive, but it's also not breaking all the time, so that's good.
Yeah, it's harder to reproduce.
Nice. Harder to reproduce it.
Another pull request.
No, but another pull request with the version bump with the alpha.
It's like we needed to be sure that it wasn't a problem. Doris said.
yeah. According to the expert.
Yeah, there's something weird going on. I'm guessing. I was assuming that it's a size transform, but can we look at the nav host implementation and see what it does when the size transform is null?
So size transform, where does it read it? Down here.
Create size transform. Okay, so it uses its own size transform. It looks like.
It's yeah.
Yeah, even hold on.
Yeah,
actually, so that transform is not something that animated content creates.
Sebastian, there is something in the chat that you could be interested in.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see.
I remember something weird, glitchy, that eventually was just make it fill all the whole screen.
Sorry, but
fair enough.
I hate being that person, but at the same time,
yeah. Sorry.
Is that? Oh, it's you complaining about something?
Yeah, I had a problem with like a
on my birthday.
Sure, if you say so. I mean, I never stop working, so why do I even? It could be. It could
Wait,
be
are you
Christmas
saying it's
for-
not a public holiday? My birthday should be a public holiday.
a bank holiday? Yes, a bank
All
holiday.
right,
Um,
I'll take it.
but yeah, I mean, it could be related.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like it's mostly. Oh, it happened again. I just saw it happen. We have a recording.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, if you check the destinations, let's say you check the
Yeah, but I've
destination.
added it to the modifier that is applied to all the destinations. Like it's applied to all of them.
Okay,
So
you
that
don't
is
think
not the
it's-
fix.
Hmm.
Not the fix. Not the fix. And I cannot help but think that that's what's going on here, is that the feed is somehow doing some weird shit.
But
And
look
I
at
don't
it.
know if it's
So,
a shared transition layout or if
Where
it's
is-
something else.
where is loading the data from? Maybe is the loading slowly? Where is the data coming
I mean,
from?
yes, there is a loading part to it. It's also weird because when you click somewhere else, you can see on the top here
Mhm.
that there is, you can kind of see like a loading icon, which I'm
I
surprised
see.
to see as I'm navigating away that it's loading
I
something.
see. I see. It's like a quarter of a progress bar.
Yes. It's
Where is
almost
it,
as
by
if
the
it
way?
were
is
loading
it?
stuff as you're navigating away, which is weird.
Can you search for a circular progress bar somewhere?
I can.
Would you mind searching for a circular progress bar? Yes, I would mind. Okay, whatever, bro. Ah, here you go. Okay,
There you
it's in the search bar. The only one is when searching. This is weird. Can you put the true there to see if it's actually the one that we are looking for?
The searching one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely that one. It's the only one that is in the
Well,
whole
I mean,
app,
you
so-
never know, right? It could be a circular. It could be like a fancy progress bar or something. Okay, it's there.
Oh, but it's coming from the search.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
why-
it's not.
When you see the clipping, is it always on the search page?
No, it looks like it's this one that does the clipping.
That does the clipping. Can you can you try reproducing it again?
Sure.
So it's also possible that it's not the nav host animated content. It might be some animated visibility or some other animation that's specified in here. Especially after you specify film max size,
Yeah.
I would expect no size animation.
Now I can't unsee the circular progress bar, by the way.
I also don't know why it's visible. But-
It's now it's the only thing that I can see.
Sorry.
I don't know why my brain is just broken from that. Now
You're
every
hyper
it's all-
focused.
yeah, every time it's like but why
Yeah,
is true?
I don't
Is it like
know.
a true? No, it's false.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who's putting it to true? Somebody's writing it, right?
Someone is setting it to true.
Launched effect. Okay.
Oh, it's because this is done even when the text is empty.
Can you put an if around
Because
that,
it's
please?
a launched effect,
Mm.
and I guess the text goes from nothing to. So this launch effect is actually executed on the first composition.
Yeah. Can you put an if around that thing, please?
I can do that.
Oh, that's a brutal, but okay.
Yeah, that works though. I mean, allegedly works. Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah, yeah, but I think you broke the feature. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it's me.
It's a minor detail, okay?
Okay. Okay, but how will you fix this? Like, out of curiosity, how will
Yeah.
you prevent it from
The
doing it on the first run?
um
Will you check for an
well,
empty string?
the
You can
problem
check
is
for
that
an empty string,
no,
right?
the issue here is that this doesn't belong in the composition. This should be in the view model, and in the view model you wouldn't
Okay.
do it. The problem, this is a side effect of doing business logic in the composition. Obviously, this is a demo app, so it doesn't have a
sure.
view model. But in your app, you wouldn't do this here,
Yeah, okay.
and so you wouldn't have the problem.
Fair enough.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so-
for the
Clipping
I don't
thing.
know. Oh,
Ah!
I saw it on search this time.
Yeah, well, we get very excited when we see it for some reason.
Can we look at the nav host again? How, or the invocation of nav host in this app? What's the okay, that's it. What's the enter transition and exit transition used?
It should be fade.
Okay, that would be the okay. Can we double check on that?
It is fade in and fade out.
Yeah, okay.
And then pop enter, pop exit same, and size transform is null.
Yeah, so
but it might be happening on the search screen, not on the home
Yeah.
screen. So
yes,
maybe
that's a
maybe
possibility as well.
maybe let's see, search.
What do we have in search?
I guess what we would be looking for is something like animated content or
animated visibility.
yeah. So spacer search bar, but it seems to happen at the top level, which so
Well, you don't know. Maybe it's happening below the search bar, and it feels like the whole screen, but it's not because it's like just 1 centimeter below. Search results, search categories.
I mean, I can look at the search categories, but
Let's see, column. So, vertical grid. It looks like nothing is animating here, to be honest.
no.
Yeah.
No, this is on the navigation library somehow.
So
I just don't understand how to reproduce it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely looks more likely to be an enemy content doing the helpful size transform, and it's a bit unfortunate that there's no way to just specify it to null from the nav host API.
Now this kind of makes me think.
Wait,
maybe there's a navigation update.
Yeah, there is a navigation update.
Oh,
let's go.
Let's see. Because what else is here? Benchmark.
Constraint layout.
Constraint layout.
Why not?
Yeah, just sync. Just sync. It's fine. Launching on devices.
Yo, let's go. Clicky,
Let's
clicky,
break it
clicky.
again.
Clicky, clicky, clicky.
Oh, it did a weird thing there.
What was it? Oh, why? Wait. Why do I see the flashlight?
The crossfade is very slow.
Okay.
That's the problem. You can,
But we didn't change anything, so it's the
No.
default. The default is low.
Yeah. They might have slowed down the default.
Can you set up a faster thing in the nav-host? But it's not doing the glitch.
I mean, sure I can, but actually no. I wanted to go here and check again.
Yes, the twin is now. Yeah, now it's using a 700 millisecond twin. As opposed to in the past, it's just the default spring.
Yeah. That is why it's that much slower now.
Make it faster.
I mean, I can, but it doesn't change the...
Oh!
Oh.
But if it looks something like it's resizing from the top left corner, that's the feeling. I don't understand why. Maybe Skype or whatever, but
no. It's absolutely what I'm seeing as well.
But what? I mean, can you show the cart page or whatever? That's a cart. Is it something resizing on the cart screen?
No. It's hard to figure out what is causing this.
Actually, if you go to the animate content implementation.
Okay.
There is a size animation, size transform. And you should be able to put a breakpoint and log values, animation values to the console.
We're really doing that, aren't we?
Yeah, this.
Just in case, you know.
Wait, is that the right one, or is this the right one?
Can I say something that it was not aired, but I feel that it's necessary to put it out there before the show? Doris, you were concerned and worried about, do we have enough content to fill the episode? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, we do this as a living. We could do 5 hours like this, probably, just looking into things. I mean, we just started printing shit on console from animating content. Yes, I'm pretty solid about we have enough content. Oh,
actually,
man.
no. Just go into the animate content. There is a size transfer.
Oh, there's a to-do?
Yeah, come on. Come on. Real people working on real stuff, Sebastiano. Give them
there's another one.
Shut up.
I know.
It's clearly not written by ChatGPT.
Where should I put the breakpoint?
Actually, yeah, you need to look for where the size animation is created. Actually, let me look at mine.
I mean, there is a to-do that says get the target size properly.
Ignore the to-do. That's
okay.
Not the bug.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just asking the questions here.
I'm gonna die at some point. I'm just gonna choke on water because people in the chat make me drink and then you do jokes. That's it. That's
I
the
haven't
perfect
seen
combination.
that. I hadn't seen that in my defense.
There's a size modifier node.
Yeah, here you go.
This one?
Line 664. Yeah.
664.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this one.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, if you log after this line and log the size.
So...
No, after... No, after
this?
After
like
closing parentheses.
this one?
Yeah, yes. There would be good.
Okay.
Don't break there, though.
Huh?
Log there. Don't break. And just log the value. Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. Let's break this. Huh? No.
This is one of those
thrilling content.
Heisenberg that don't happen with the bugger on.
Oh, that would be a classic.
Come on. Jump. Whoa! Okay, what was that?
It did something. I don't know what it did.
What was that? Okay.
No
do we have anything in the logs? How does it work?
We probably have something in the logs. This.
It wouldn't be in the log CAD.
I mean, there's gonna be the choreographer being like, ah!
Yeah, that's a few frames.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a size 00, which I don't expect to see. And that might be
because the last one is the size of your phone, right? So that's the full screen.
Yeah.
It should always be the same.
Okay, so the 0, 0 probably is a bit off.
Yeah, so if it sees a 0, 0 in one frame, then that will trigger the size animation. And if we see anything that is not the same as every other frame, then that we have a problem.
So something goes to 0 and then it goes to another size,
Oh.
and that's why. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, Mike. I feel. Oh yeah, look at
These are
that.
all
He was
weird.
actually resizing.
Yes, it's resizing. That's where the clipping comes from.
How would you know? How would you know? Only you can do something like that. Oh yeah, put a breakpoint there and print the value.
I
because
have
it's
an
there.
idea.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Now you can do that too.
Yeah, of course. And also probably thousands of people can do that thanks to you. But oh my God, how would you know? Nobody. I love this. Okay, let's do this. Sebastian, what are you doing?
Shh. It's fine.
Oh, I like the suggestion. What was it? Enable the inline. Throw a box at it, of course.
Whatever. I want to see, because I suspect that now this isn't showing anything happening because this is always taller than the screen. But I want to see if I only have some content there, if it does reproduce the issue where it changes the size every time.
The size. The size.
I mean, it's weird because at the root level, there's still this.
Yeah.
So
but
it shouldn't.
There is definitely something. I mean, those are numbers. You see the 0, and then you see the sides going up to the full screen.
Mean, we have science on our side.
I wouldn't call it science, but data at least.
Maths? Numbers are maths? Maths is a science?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Also computer science, yeah, who knows,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
sure. Okay.
There's probably some more science happening at the same time.
Super science.
I mean, I wouldn't call it super science, but it's definitely science.
Oh, man.
Let's see if you can...
Okay, so what are we looking now? So less content on the screen, then probably doesn't fill all the screen. Yeah, this is what?
Yeah, that's fine. However.
Okay. What was the only? Give it a like 200 height or something, or like a background red, as usual. Give it a background. I mean, it's the ultimate.
Give me the time to type.
Yeah, no. Because I use AI, you are slower. My.
Shut up. At least I wrote background and not backgammon.
I mean, the training data is weird sometimes. Okay.
Actually, let's look at this and let's see if anything comes up.
You're probably not running debugging.
The bagger.
Because I'm silly.
Let's go. Okay. Clicky.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the breakpoint still there?
I think so.
It should be there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's not happening with the box.
I wonder if it's... Yeah.
So the box is too simple for trigger the stuff. What's in the... No. Wow, okay. Man, I'm sick of this thing. I'm like DiCaprio. I can't help it. Sorry. I'm loving this, but also I can't help it. Okay. This is weird because now there is basically no content there. It's just an empty colored box.
Yep.
And is the 0, 0 coming from the red box or?
We don't know.
How do we know? Can we?
I guess we can also.
What else can you print here?
Do we have the target?
I don't know whether we have access to that.
It's very deep.
We may have a
No.
transition. Do we have a transition here? Size animation.
Can you?
Size animation gives you the transition.
Do you have any accessibility thingy, debug thingy that you can print here?
I don't know.
Initial.
I mean, I have the scope, so I guess.
Oh yeah. Print the scope dot target state.
Strings.
Yeah, you.
Probably want to put a space between them. Just you know.
And you.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Fancy. I'm so fancy.
Go for it. I'm loving this. Hi, Adam. We're debugging things. We're debugging things.
You want to stare at red?
For a moment? Then you
We
can
have
stare
red.
at numbers. Yellow numbers also.
Debug!
Come
Debug!
on. What was it? Like, what is, like, search with circle?
Yeah, I guess.
Go for it. Go.
It
Come on.
seems fine.
Is it running in
know.
debug? Yes, right? So
Let me
yes.
restart it.
Yeah, let's
Just it's not that I don't trust it, but
go for it. Okay. Ooh,
bam!
look at that. Okay, where are we? Home search.
Yeah.
So it's the search screen.
Yep.
But there is not. It's just the search bar there. Is it search bar that is
Well, it's
messing with us?
it's still doing the work. It's still doing this.
Okay. That's a
and
good. Cut it out. Cut it out.
I mean,
What
this
is
is
it?
going out. So
Shouldn't be running on another thread. How does it work?
it is doing a with context here, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue though, because in the search in the Jetsnack surface on line 75, we already specify fill max size.
Yeah. Okay, but so it's going from 0 0. So that's 180. Look at that.
Happened again.
It happened again. So but it's going from 0 to 0 to full screen, because it's not like, like a strip that goes just 200 dps or whatever. It's filling the whole screen. This stuff is like, so I guess we need to.
We could also break here when the size is 0.
I like your thinking. Oh, yeah, sure. So
it might slow down the run.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fancy Seb, look at that thing.
Oh, but I need to make it then suspend.
Click all the checkbox, Sebastiano. So all the checkbox. I love it. Have you restarted it out of curiosity?
I don't need to. It's just a debugger.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
The real question is, will this happen again within the next geologic era? I mean, I'm getting very good at clicking all these icons, but
No, I don't trust the debugger. Can you restart the debugger, Sebastian, please?
Sure.
Well, I mean,
There you go.
boom! Told you. I told you.
I
It was-
think what's happening is that this is happening on the first load because of the launched effect that is running now. I think there might be the launch effect somehow is slowing down everything.
Slowing down everything.
Like, I don't know how that is
Oh, as
possible,
in-
but it's.
Can you change the dispatcher?
Oh, as in the node isn't even added to the tree?
Yeah. It's like this
Because
doesn't complete the composition for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Because I think the problem is at the end of the day, with context is going to suspend on the execution of this line. But I don't know
Right.
if like changing the state in that sense makes any difference. It doesn't sound like it should be a problem. But
Yeah, shouldn't this just be a job that gets suspended?
yeah,
Why would it stall the composition?
but you know, I'm a simple man and I'll just do this and be like, this shouldn't cause it like anymore. Like it shouldn't happen anymore now. Because all of this stuff is definitely not happening during the composition. And yet.
Look at that. Boom. Right away. You're getting very good at this, Sebastiano. I mean, like
The trick
triggering
is
it like
restarting
boom.
the app.
It's just triggering it like, like nothing. So it's the launch effect for some reason. But how?
No, I don't know if it's the launch effect.
Size. Can we go up a little?
Yep. What do you want to see?
Okay, let's see. Where does the size?
Current size is that.
Current size, okay.
And size is, I mean, it's 0. We know that, but
size is 0 because it's reading from an animation. And the Y, can we? I guess we're maybe a little too late to access the size animation. Can we access the size animation and see? Oh, actually, here we can inspect the size animation. It shouldn't be captured here. If you click the evaluate expression, oh yeah, that works too. Size animation would have an initial value and target value.
Target state.
No. It might be easier to do that in the.
Try to evaluate.
Yeah.
Size animation.
Oh, this is the deferred. Oh gosh. Okay. You might need to access some private fields. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. The deferred.
Oh yeah, I hear typing, Sebastiano. You are about to get clearance to actually step into the dark side of Compose Compiler.
It's this one.
Deferred animation state. Well, no, deferred animation. What you have is a deferred animation state. That's right. Have a animation field. No. Hold on.
So size animation, what type does it think it is? Control J? No. Where is it defined?
Yeah, you should have an animation field in size animation.animation.
But I don't have access to animation.
It doesn't let you.
Because it's private, I think.
Yes, it's private, but sometimes it lets you see some private fields.
I mean, I could see it from like here.
Let's see it.
It's just this one. This is the transition, right? Is this
Sure.
what we're looking for?
Yeah, we could look at that. too.
Or we can look at the
Animation.
this.
The animation field. Yeah. This should have a initial value.
0, 0, current value 0, 0. Target value.
Target.
You see, there is actually it going from 0, 0 to some to full screen for some. So there is actually an animation that goes from why?
Exactly. Why?
Yeah, I mean that was a rhetorical. I don't know what we are doing kind of question. So it was more like for show than anything else.
Current value is non-zero. How did they get to 0?
Yeah, where the
As the
0 is
start.
coming from?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because the current size is not 0.
Yeah.
How does it?
How does the initial size become 0? Okay, where does it get the initial size?
Nice question.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah. Can we inspect the scope.target size map?
Scope the target
Line
size.
671.
Okay.
Yeah, the target size map. Can we look at what's in there? There are 2
Size
entries. Looks
2.
like yes.
Values.
Look at
0.
that. I mean, it.
Why would it be 0? So
Wait.
which one is the first one? Destination. Search.
So
Okay.
search.
Says it's 0.
Search is 0.
Why?
And this one is cart.
Cart.
Cart is non-zero, and we're coming from search to cart.
Actually, we're coming, from search to cart. So how does it think?
How does it become 0?
Yeah.
That's the question. Somewhere it's set the wrong size. Oh, I could continue the debugging now that there is a
I think we need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
2 hours now.
There is something to do tomorrow probably. for a few people, and you will have a recording to point them to.
Yes.
So tomorrow evening we will have a video on YouTube for you to just throw at people on Monday.
Let's just wrap up, because
yes,
at this point we could spend the next 2 hours debugging.
Yeah, I mean,
it's super fun. I would love to do it. Just to be clear, I'm not saying we shouldn't.
No.
I mean, if you want to come back in a couple of weeks, you can do it.
Oh, you can come back and say, remember a couple of weeks ago we fixed it, and this is what it was.
I'm hoping that we would fix this before the next couple of weeks.
Is it a P1?
I guess the takeaway for the audience here is that you can go into the source code and debug there
if you know what you're looking at. It's easier.
Definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's wrap up. Otherwise, we get in trouble with Twitch. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. Thank you, Doris, for the 2 hours of deep dive. It was really a deep dive. You weren't joking.
I had a lot of fun.
Yes, it was brilliant. From the let's animate things to let's debug stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. If you want to support us, you can subscribe on Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, it's also free for you. Every month you get to subscribe to a free channel. It could be us. We have gadgets that
it should be us.
It should be us. I mean, there are also other people. I don't want to.
Where else do you get this level of debugging?
Yes, that's also true. Thank you, everybody. If you want our merch, check out the merch store. We have the new sticker printed on everything. So if you want a passive-aggressive mug or a passive-aggressive t-shirt to show to your stand-up, check out our merch store. And yes,
Thank you, Adam.
thank you again. Thank you.
So next week we are not streaming because we're gonna go to DroidCon Milan. So see you all in Milan if you're going there. We're gonna have stickers and we're gonna have our presents and probably we're gonna have an aura of people that have been debugging the whole past week. At this point, we have to get to the bottom of this.
Yes. Doris, thank you again. This was great. And feel free to come whenever you want. We are here and it's always fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And to the audience, if you get a chance to play with shared element transition, and especially if there's any use case that you have and the API can't accommodate, let me know.
Fantastic.
Cool. Folks, see you in 2 weeks. Have a good one.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.
Bye.